Welcome to a special edition of Checking It Out with the GMB. We're here in the Panthers physio room and I'm talking to Steve Lee, GB International and Panthers defenceman. It's a special edition because with all the fixtures, everything's crammed up. It seems like every other day we're playing a game these days. And of course this week we're looking ahead to the Cup, Stevie, and it's Sheffield and it's away on Tuesday night and it's home on Wednesday night. There's a place in the Cup final against Belfast or Cardiff awaiting. It's a big week.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, anytime we play Sheffield, it's a big rivalry, and both teams come into it hard. It's a very physical, fast game. So the boys have had a day off today, and get ready tomorrow morning with a pre-game skate, and then go into Sheffield tomorrow night.
Does it make any difference? Coach says it doesn't. He doesn't care whether we're playing in Ice Sheffield or the big arena.
It doesn't matter what rink we've still got to win. Still the same team we're playing against. They're going to be good. We're going to be good. So it's still built for a good game. And
both teams had mixed bag last weekend in the league. Both teams lost one, won one. Yep. Both teams won their last game. Sheffield with a great win in Cardiff, which thanks Sheffield, because that helps us.
Yep.
So both teams are on a high, as it were, going into the Cup. And then the Cup, you know, it's kind of, it's not league. It's a different beast, and it creates a different atmosphere, really.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's a game over 6 periods, first of all, which is, it's a very, very different game. You can't shut off a period at the end if you're up, and you can't concede lots of goals if you're down too. So it's a game you definitely have to take a period at a time and try and win each period as it comes. And then obviously after the game in Sheffield, it's essentially half time, and then we come back here, and it's definitely thinking about it a period at a time.
Now that's easy for you, having been brought up in Britain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who your football team is. You're near Hull. Is Hull your team?
Don't really like football, to be honest, Gary.
But you know football, being British. That's the point. So half time, you understand.
Yeah.
That's not always easy to get across to some of the imports.
No, it's not. And we've been over the concept. Corey came in and we had a meeting as soon as this round started in the Challenge Cup, and it is definitely hard to adjust to. But I think we've got one round under our belt now, so everybody understands what's at stake here and how the game's run, and we can't shut off at all.
Last season at this time we got knocked out in the semi-final by the Sheffield Steelers. Yep. And we had that one as good as in the bag, and then we kind of blew it away.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
is that going to motivate everyone?
Oh, definitely. I mean, everybody remembers that. Nobody wants to lose in the semi-final of a big cup like the Challenge Cup, so it's definitely important. Everybody's got to be switched on, and if we do get the lead, we've got to come back and we've got to play like it's a 0-0 game. You've
been around. It's great to talk to you because you've been around during our successes of the Challenge Cup. I mean, my personal favourite, as someone flushes the loo in the background, I'm sure you can hear that. That's somewhere up in the bowels of the arena. Someone's let the water flow down the pipe right next to cameraman Matt Dawn. And if you can't hear it, you don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But have you got a favourite Challenge Cup victory?
I think the first one I was involved in was definitely special. It was the first trophy I'd won. So I would say that one. I think we beat Cardiff.
It's a tough competition to win, though. I often say this to people. It's tougher than the playoffs.
It definitely
and it's not a million miles off as tough as the league.
No, it's a tournament that goes on throughout the season. We always start with the Challenge Cup predominantly at the start of the year and the group stages of that instead of the league games. So it's a different mindset, I think. And as I say, you come to these 2 leg games, and each period's as important as the last. So.
And you got to remember, looking back on the round robin section, we're always in the tougher of the 2 round robin sections. And I know not everybody gets knocked out. You lose 1 or 2 teams depending on how the format is, but you're only playing top teams.
Yeah, it's good competition though. I enjoy playing in those games, and I'm sure everybody else on this team does too. So it'll be exciting.
I hope you're going to be smiling after the next 6 periods of Challenge Cup action.
Me too, Gary. Me too.
Now, we were all smiling after the game against Coventry. We've got the highlights coming up for you on this edition of Checking It Out with the GMB, but we're also smiling after the win over Coventry because of the success of the charity shirt auction. We actually sat down afterwards and added it all up, so with what we made in the auction on Sunday night coupled with what we already had in the bank, Val and John Davis, parents of Mark and Adrian, who we did it in memory of, and Linda at the Wolfson Cystic Fibrosis Unit are still sending messages of thanks because we topped 15 grand.
Yeah, it went to a great cause. I mean, the fans showed up in huge numbers. I think there was the most people I've ever seen at a share auction there last night, and everyone was bidding, which is it's very, very nice to see.
I mean, there will be bargains on shirts, on our regular game worn shirts, and we'll do a fixed price sale later in the year. But this was one where we were all urging it. But keep going the extra 10 quid, keep going the extra 20
yeah,
quid.
Definitely. It all went to a great cause. And they got some really nice jerseys.
Yeah, and they are good shirts, aren't they? I mean, Stevie will tell you, the guys in the room would like to have worn them shirts more.
Yeah, they're different, they're very, very nice, they're originals, it's nice to play in those.
What did your shirt go for?
Oh, I think it was about 390.
390, and Cam's and Mika Viekman's, and the guy that bought Mika's just said, "Oh, make it 800 quid." As if 770 quid wasn't enough. He just threw an extra 30 quid in. So that's why I always say our fans are the best.
Yeah, definitely. As I said, they came out in numbers last night, supported the game, and then stuck around for the auction as well, which is it's great to see.
We'll be talking to Stevie again in just a moment, but after the break, it's highlights from the win over Coventry.
The new Fiat 500, the Icon reloaded. In Fiat showrooms now.
Whatever your white good needs, whether it's sales or repairs, choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. With nearly 50 years of family business experience with all major brands, we'll make sure you take home the product that fits your needs, with no hidden extras. Choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. Friendly family business that cares. Nearly 50 years speaks for itself.
I'm Jeff Dimon, and you're watching Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB.
The Nottingham Legend. Good beer, good food, good atmosphere, and not a wrist shot away from the arena. Where hockey people serve hockey people and all sports come together. Friendly staff, friendly pub. Meet at Nottingham Legend before, during, and after Panthers home games. Right next door to the arena, the Nottingham Legend, where sports meets entertainment every day of the week.
Ice hockey, the world's fastest team sport, played in Nottingham by the GMB Nottingham Panthers. For tickets and fixtures, visit panthers.co.uk.
D to D, and now Jeff Waugh with the steering wheel. Stretch pass for Mosey, delicately for Cam Jansen, didn't find it. Now Farmer links up with Jansen, tees up off the side of the net. Fans thought it was in, one more chance, and that just trickled wide, and looks like Brian Stewart made a series of point-blank saves there. But he couldn't get a stick on it. Chris Lawrence turns it over, and now Tanaka's coming hot off Cowley. Lawrence, one more bite at the cherry to get it out, and this time it's very accurate. Lawrence shoots there, and a bad save by Brian Stewart, but he scores! Putting in that loose change where the Nottingham Panthers, and just after the halfway mark of the game, Panthers score. Looks like Chris Lawrence is going to get the credit for that. Lee manages to get after that puck was fumbled, and now Lawrence activates Kevin Quick. He'll move away from pressure. A funny looking bounce off the end boards. And now Coventry Blaze try to initiate things back the other way, but not so fast, says Cam Jansen. Sharp angle bid, and he scores! Logan McMillan! That was a fat rebound that Brian Stewart issued, and number 39 is not going to make any mistakes about it. Great play by Cam Jansen as well. Finally, Panthers gained the attacking line, albeit briefly, and now Olabic, his pass right on the money, and Carlos on his off wing. One-timer, they score! Chris Bruton beats Mika Week. That will almost kill the rest of this first period, but Coventry Blaze have a last hurrah here. Petrus wheeling in, fans on the shot. Robert Lakovic gets it away, and finally, hold on, Chris Lawrence, and a big save there by Stewart to end the period. 2-1 is the score, Panthers in the lead. And he just drew a penalty. He's certainly getting a lot of power play ice time here as Petrus taps it delicately for Robinson, links it up below the goal line. Fanned on, backdoor, they score! A well-executed and orchestrated play by the Coventry Blaze, which was a funny point indeed, but certainly supported there as Kevin Quick has a shot. Something that Craig Anderson of the Ottawa Senators also says is, we have a crowd cheer here.
As fit as some others and can't handle taking 40 shots, but yeah, for him taking 40 shots, it really is something that he seems to be able to handle, and for goalies, they for the most part would like to say, yeah, it'd be nice to get.
Wanted to go for Evan Mosey cross ice, but has to go for Juraj Kolek. Petrus extends to help. Whoa, big collision there. Evan Mosey cleans out Fisher, and he's gonna go to the box for that. David Clark coming in hard, goes behind the cage. Juraj Kolek from prime real estate. Brian Stewart is fuming. And now 4-on-4 hockey, 5-on-5 hockey. He scores! Put some mustard on that and deliver it, top shot. With 12:41 remaining, Panthers take the lead. Evan Mosey with a howitzer. Working it there in concert with him. Schultz sends it to the end boards. And a big collision there involving Andy Bomback. That play is onside. McDonald took a tumble, but makes sure he stays out of the net, at least for now. And here comes Evan Mosey, makes the move, he scores! Here comes the insurance marker. Evan Mosey, like shot out of a cannon, comes in and gives Brian Stewart the old, how do you do? He does not need those new sticks. Evan Mosey.
Whatever your white good needs, whether it's sales or repairs, choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. With nearly 50 years of family business experience with all major brands, we'll make sure you take home the product that fits your needs, with no hidden extras. Choose Jim Grice, Sutton in Ashfield. Friendly family business that cares. Nearly 50 years speaks for itself.
Amore.
Subito.
Say hello to the all-new Fiat 500X. The Italian crossover, ready for action in all Fiat showrooms from April 24th.
I'm Evan Mosey. You're watching Checking It Out from the Panthers office with the GMB.
The Nottingham Legend. Good beer, good food, good atmosphere, and not a wrist shot away from the arena. Where hockey people serve hockey people and all sports come together. Friendly staff, friendly pub, meet at Nottingham Legend before, during, and after Panthers home games. Right next door to the arena, the Nottingham Legend, where sports meets entertainment every day of the week.
Before the break, that was Eddie Suiki and Shane Madlaw on commentary on the win, 4-2 against the Coventry Blaze. Was that a fun game to play in, Stevie?
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to play the top teams. It's a very, very high speed game as well. And Coventry came out, played well at the start, and we matched it. We had very, very high intensity, and yeah, we got the job done.
And that cross Midlands rivalry, which we've got with Coventry, we've had a few spats with them in the past, as we have with Sheffield, but that's catching up as well. I mean, there was up 6,000 plus in for a Sunday game.
Yeah, definitely. It's, as I said, that every game we've played Coventry this year, it's been a very, very tight one. I mean, we've lost in their building, we've lost here to them too. So every game counts against them guys. They can take points off us, and fortunate for us,
And the Blaze are much improved, I think.
Yes,
well,
definitely.
they've made some changes. The coach has finally got his system sorted out.
Yep.
They're going to be. I think they're going to sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely. They're a very, very good team. I mean, they've figured it out what works for them, and they're a very, very intense team to play against. And yeah, like I said, the games are very fun to play.
And they were close, but how fast was Evan Mosey on that mistake at the end? And
He's got a different class of speed, that guy, and he's playing really well at the minute, which is helping us.
We've qualified for the playoffs because the team in 8th can't catch us. The team in 9th can catch us, but when you do the sums, team in 8th can't catch us. So ourselves, Sheffield and Cardiff are already booked in the playoff quarterfinals. So that's something we don't have to worry about, but we're still chasing the big one, obviously. And that chase continues Friday with the visit of Belfast. The games just come thick and fast.
Yes, the schedule's hectic at the minute, and we don't get a break. We play lots of good teams who are playing really, really good hockey at the minute, and Belfast beat us in their building, so we'll be looking for a little retribution there and ready to play Friday as well.
Get a bit of revenge.
Yeah.
It's always best served cold on the biggest ice cube in Nottingham. Right, finally, just the 2 awards this week. The Joseph Grimaldi Comedy Moment of the Week and the Flower Vision Bouquet of the Week. The Flower Vision Bouquet is going to go to the fans for supporting the charity. It's obvious.
I would agree with that, yeah.
You're absolutely the best. And even the guys that came with a budget and bid that budget on loads of shirts, they helped us because it meant the actual price went above there. So thanks to all of you for coming to the auction. So you get the Bouquet of the Week. But the Joseph Grimaldi Moment of the Week goes to the coach and his wife. Goes to Joanne Nielsen. Have you heard this story?
I haven't, no.
During the international break, they went back to Canada. And for a day out, Corey took Joanne Nielsen to see an ice hotel. You know, one of these ice hotels, it's all built with ice. The walls are made of ice, the bars, the floors, the beds, the bedrooms, the seats, everything's made of ice. And it was gorgeous. Chandeliers made of ice. Looked a picture. And as they walked out, Joanne turned to Corey and said, "What did he do with it in the summer?" And Corey just looked at his wife and said, "What do you think they do with it in 90-degree heat? It melts." Now, I don't know whether to give the Joseph Grimaldi to Joanne for saying it in the first place or to Adam Goodridge, equipment manager. Because when he was told the story, he turned around and said, "What do they do with it in the summer?" He's 34 years old.